Give thanks and praise to the Most High, Creator of nature. We do give thanks and praise. Home office in the media. And always a talk about the Commonwealth citizen. Because we say here on the island you have two classes of citizens according to their construct. You have citizen of Jamaica and then you have Commonwealth citizens. Now, you have some brethren around England, and then we know of other people were dead, where them would have said them overstay them time and all of these kind of situation where them initiate contact with the immigration system. Now, may I say, for our Jamaican so-called people here, the moment you find yourself in England, so you're already there on the English part of the thing. Because remember, you're a Commonwealth citizen, you're a Jamaican citizen. But while you're both, them are going to work with the Jamaican citizen part of it. So that are going to restrict you from doing anything. So this is why I'm share so much information. I try to get these people to, just look into things and apply themselves. Because if you remove yourself from being a Jamaican citizen while you're in England, then you naturally fall under the British citizenship. This is what I want you people to know. This is why they will try silence this platform. You understand? Because you have a 1948 British Nationality Act, which was amended and then give us some kind of 1962 Independence Act. And we still have a British as the head of our government or head of state is the British. So when we say a man such as I remove myself from being a Jamaican citizen and can demonstrate it by way of a certificate of fact from the public record, county recorder's office, then me naturally by default, I don't need permission for these things. You understand? This have nothing to do with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Absolutely nothing at all. We were born this way. So this is why they have to dumb down our people, have our people totally confused. The moment you there in England, I'm not talking about being a British citizen. No, I'm talking about being a British national. That is by default. But you have to invoke it. You have to demonstrate it. Show them the very laws that are in place. They can't go around it. And when Winston Churchill and his friends discriminate against the West Indians, specifically Jamaican people, then all of that mess was amended. I think it was 1981. So you can resume your Commonwealth citizenship and you can stay in England lawfully. I don't know how else to try to express it any simpler for these people over there in England, and it's the same thing for the US. When them are telling them are deported from the United States of America, it is because you're a Jamaican corporate citizen. The moment you become a West Indian, you can't get deported from your land because this is all your land. So we here on the island is so unique. So unique. So they have to dumb us down. and tell us lies and misguide us. The Constitution of Jamaica is the supreme law of this land, and this Constitution derived from the 1948 British Nationality Act. This is why I share my passport from in the 1980s, where I'm showing you it's a dual citizenship. This is when my name was in upper and lower case, not all capital like it is now. When your name is in all capital, it means you have lost all your status. When it is upper and lower case, it means that you still have your fundamental rights intact, and these people should maintain, secure, and guarantee those fundamental rights. So because our people not have the knowledge what they need, this is why we're in this state of condition. And when it's only one platform I bring it this way, then it won't take a lot of time. Yeah, man. It's like I man would reach out to ones where I would assume function as I free man, you know. But me have to really be fair. I as a free man can demonstrate it, but it's not everybody else where purport themselves to be free can do that. So I'm not necessarily gonna try link with the ones them when I necessarily can demonstrate so them free. However, when I touch ones where I would assume stay that way, I'm not really get back and respond, and then I just take that as a sign, say, you know, the ones them kind of busy. Plus, again, the ones them not necessarily is as free as they might purport themselves to be. And this is just speculation on my part. I'm in a ramp to step up in it and said, this is what it is, this is what, you know, it is, and this is how it is. I realize it's not everyone can do that. This is why I say credibility is important out here. When them not credible, ignore them. You understand? Say, I walk this walk again. The whole world know I've been here before. And it's no issue. You understand? Because fraud vitiate all things, and we can demonstrate fraud. We can demonstrate criminal conduct. We can demonstrate misconduct in office. The moment you're not upholding the rule of law, which is the Jamaica Constitution, then you're outside of law. Only because your colorful law or your color of law cannot suffice. Once there is truth, once there is correct knowledge. So for the people and whether in the US, the moment you say you're a citizen of this corporate construct, then you're subject to their rules. When you're outside of it, they can't speak to you. Lawfully, they not have no authority. Legally, they not have no authority. Anything what them do is trespass. This is the truth they don't want you, Jamaican subjects, to know. They can't afford for you to know these things. This is why you have never have access to the supreme law of Jamaica. You know nothing about the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedom, which is a binding contract upon these corporate public servants. They are nothing more than what you'd call corporate vendors, commercial vendors. So when we are say around a Europe, banner, some of them, and if you know these things, you have to go run, go marry a little foreign woman. Because them white girl, they won't now married. A German, most of them come from. Most of them are vagabond. And then bloodline is such. So don't let them fool them now. when them little descendants come forward and I talk about you guys from the island have to marry them in order to stay in England. No such thing. Study the laws. It's there. You don't need none of that. And this is why I bring the document here. And let me look at it for see, It has a Home Office in the media fact sheet on the rights of Commonwealth citizens. And it has said, we value the contribution made by former Commonwealth citizens like the West Indian people who have made a life in the UK. We are aware that concerns have been raised by some individuals who have resided in the UK for an extended period but feel they may not have the correct documentation confirming their status. Now, it's always for the dark-skinned so-called black people or the West Indian people, specifically Jamaicans. Some are going to really, come up with all kind of restrictions. When you're coming from out of untidy Germany, where the German people wage war and destroy everybody, when those people come to England and get a free pass, when any other nationality go to England and get a free pass, but for some reason the West Indians would build up that location, who fought, bled and died for those locations. Them always put restrictions on us. So we have some people where you would consider out of status around England, but because them not really pay attention to the information that is there. So again, in an effort to try to share, we are bring this forward to say, watch your man. Let's take on a time, man. We want to assure those people that existing solutions are available. And we have no intention of making people leave who have the right to remain here. This is England I'm talking about, Banner. The following Q&A gives more information on the right of people from Commonwealth countries such as Jamaica who have been here for an extended period of time. And them said, do former Commonwealth citizens have settled status in the UK if they have lived here for decades? Them are going to say now, people who entered the United Kingdom before the 1st of January 1973 will most likely have settled status here. So you say, like when the people them were dead from before 1973, them secure. Now, if them are your relative or your mother and father and thing, then naturally you're going to automatically be secured. So them says settled status is only broken following a long period outside of the UK. Example, 2 years. Like if you come to Jamaica and spend two years, 3 years, then, the status change or it's broken. Shouldn't be, because you're naturally born, come say some British people say them conquer you. And then the thing change where them create a thing called the Government of Jamaica, which is a corporation listed as debtor. And then the corporation, create some people and call these people their subjects, where them fleece them by way of the juristic entity. Totally unknown to the people. These Jamaican people never ever mention birthright, never ever mention inheritance, don't even know the word hereditament. Jamaican people have no clue what that is. No interest there. You know what I mean? They always have the hand out begging for something opposed to demanding what is theirs. However, no fault of theirs. I'm totally unaware. So this is why we step forward to share this kind of concept. Yeah, man, them say people with settled status can apply for a no time limit biometric resident permit. You hear that, people over there? People with settled status can apply for a no time limit biometric residence permit, which prove you have settled status here. People able to establish their settled status may be also eligible to apply for British citizenship. Listen, if you're a British national, you don't necessarily need to be a subject British citizen. It's two separate and different things. It's just like being Commonwealth citizen or a British national here opposed to a Jamaican citizen. Now, them say people who enter the United Kingdom after the 1st of January 1973 do not have automatic settled status but may have made previous successful application for indefinite leave to remain in the UK. In this case, they should apply for a no time limit biometric resident permit to demonstrate they have settled status here. People who are able to establish their settled status may be eligible to apply for British citizenship. Now, them say, again, people who entered the United Kingdom, remember, on the island here, we say them have an area designate, which I share, United Kingdom and Colonies. And this apply to this region here. No different from the mainland, where them have Massachusetts and about 3 other states that are called Commonwealth on their official document. So you'd say America have probably 46 states and about 4 Commonwealth, but them use that term Commonwealth and state interchangeably, trickery. But we're not going to touch that now. And say, what has this become? Why has this become an issue now? Has government policy changed? Government policy around the rights of Commonwealth citizens in the UK has not changed. However, recent changes to the law meant that if migrants wish to work, rent property, or have access to benefits and services in the UK, then they will need documents to demonstrate their right to be in the UK and entitlement to these services. So it's safe to say if you're there in the UK and you need for none of these people's services, them shouldn't have no problem with you there. But I think a lot of people go around the UK and them go around there and get some misinformation where people tell them, say, yeah man, catch up on the government, and the government in the UK is supposed to do all kind of things here. And that is some. Most of the West Indian people usually have 2 and 3 jobs when them go foreign. Very rare you see West Indian people hold down only 1 job when them out there. But most yard people don't know that. And some of these people now go tell them that this is how hard them have to work when they're in a foreign country. Yeah, man. So they must say, why have these requirements been introduced? They must say the new measures have been brought in to maintain effective immigration control and prevent those with no entitlement to public services and benefits from accessing them. So pay attention, people. So what about people who do not have the documents to prove their right to reside here in England? So a number of cases have been brought to our attention of people who say they have lost or do not have the necessary documentation to prove their right to be in the UK. Listen, once you left Jamaica, as a Commonwealth citizen, you have every right for abode, live, reside, do whatever you want to do in the UK. You have every right, but they won't just give it to you. And you have to go invoke it, you have to go fight for it. These rights that we have, other people just have it naturally, but for some reason, we have to fight for our right. We have to go fight literally and physically. You get me? Not just figuratively. Fight to protect our rights. So the idea of it, apply on yourself around them, man. And stop allow some people for just telling us that this is what it is and can't show me the law will back it up. This document that come from Home Office, and it's so simple to me. I don't know why. Why it's so simple to me? More than make certain steps and application from this perspective. Make them deny me the access. Let them do it. And then them can express to me and cure even my ignorance so I can learn. But I can't just sit in a corner and I say, oh, no, know what to do. And when a man like me, I share them kind of information, yeah, it still go over on the head. And I will still try contact me, and when you not get me, that's it. Phone freedom, not mine. So me I protect and defend my freedom, yeah. And whether I know it or not, every individual will have to make that stand. It's no different from going to heaven, innit? You think you're gonna get a bus ride, and because the driver have a pass for getting to heaven, you just jump on the bus and you will get there. It no work that way. No work that way. Just like how every knee will have to bow and every tongue shall have to confess. It's no different here. Do you have a house seal? You know, you them a tell us about the people them who have them seal. You know, say I come forward, I say I want to seal upon yourself, man. Establish in a house. You don't need a house of representative when you have established your house. When you are the executor of your estate. That's some simple thing, But remember, Babylon are the devil system out there, You think them are going to say, oh, it's okay. No, them are going to try them very best for dissuade I from maintaining this freedom, from maintaining this truth. But that too is an impossibility. Because we are focused and steadfast. And will not compromise with this freedom, with this freedom minion. Nor this freedom in. There's no compromise here. We live this way. Yeah. And we're going to continue living this way. It's truth supreme, but people, if you don't stand up for your truth, I can't stand up for your truth. For you, how can I? Tell them we won't be able to live vicariously. Why? I have a problem, I stand up. But we never lay down or sit down. You understand? And I say, hey, we're with you. No, you have to stand up. You have to make a stand. Yeah, man. Each and every one will have to make them stand. All when you're not bold, nor brave. All when you're not firm, nor strong. You may. In fact, you shall have to make a decision. Yeah, whether you choose the Most High, Creator of nature, or you gotta just choose the adversarial force that is out there, this accuser, yeah, man, this false impersonator, this tasteless, classless entity out there. Free will. Them say, what evidence do people need to provide to ensure that they have the right status? Around England, we still are talking about, We understand that many people are unlikely to have documents that are over 40 years old, but we would be grateful if the individual affected could send as much information as possible in support of their application. What kind of 40-year-old documents? If you have a constitution, we say it's such, and we have documentation, we say we have dual citizenship. It's cut and dry. But you people have to put it in a, writing and carry the laws, the constitutional laws, even from Britain there and even here, and use those as reference and present to yourself out there. Me not there England. Me not have no interest to go to England more than as a tourist. You understand? Me not have no interest to leave my location. You know what I mean? To go live in a foreign land. America a big place. If me leave Jamaica and go up on the mainland, I'm still home. But me not necessarily want to go in Europe, nor go in Africa. You understand? We not have them interested. For me, America is it. And even when I dep on Jamaica, yeah, so I know that this is America. And the fact that some white man come from Europe and some other cold north region and invade America and usurp America and pretend as if America belonged to them, where them only have political status here. I know the difference. I know all of these people are foreigners. So when me hear all Malcolm X attack, oh, that brought us Malcolm X, you have no idea. You know nothing about this kind of information. Marcus Garvey did not have this kind of information. None of these leaders before had it. We have it now. We have them kind of breakdown and truth. Yeah. And we are telling us a juristic entity is the only thing them can interface with. And them should not be able to charge both. You're going to either charge one or the other. And the only thing that is listed as a debtor is that juristic person. So the only thing you submit to these devils. That's all. You just give them that paper. I will share so much information. I show you what the birth certificate is. So people fix up on yourself, man. When you not have no great problem when you not have certain kind of knowledge. And it now gonna be easy because these people know the truth. But because them, is outside of the truth, you know how that go. They know the law, but because they are outside the law, you don't know how that go. So now if you make demand, you now if you come with the information, that is our artillery. The information, that is our weaponry. The information where we are pushed. You understand? So they are them of don't be afraid to ask the right question and get it together, man. Because there is so much things here. So much things here. They are them can't find this information and go through it for themselves. You know what I mean? And my responsibility this part, right, brethren. I just want to bring them things to the forefront so people can be aware. You're there in England and you're outside of status and you're from the West Indies. There is no problem. By default, once you remove the Jamaican citizenship, which is the corporate side of it, then naturally you're okay in Britain. Why them know why you apply these things is because them know, sir, a lot of our West Indian people are going to take over that location again. Because can't just go up on plane and go back and forth as we feel. We move those immigrations because it not apply to the West Indians. But because you don't want to say we're Indian, no want to say we're African, then everything different. I'm called here West Indies in a people. And we are the West Indian. And we have a whole heap of different group of us with all different kind of names. But we are one people here. And we are in America. So just the people and for take them time. Get the information when necessary. And then make them choice. So for my people around England, pay attention. Once you come from Jamaica, you have two classes of citizenship. Jamaican citizen or citizen of Jamaica and Commonwealth citizen. Renounce the Jamaica side so you can stay in England. And let them take it to court, people. And use the laws that's there. You can't just roll over and, every time. Stand up and, fight for your right. Fight for it. It's your rights. Fight for it.